Bonjour à tous. C'est vraiment un plaisir de vous accueillir ici à l'Hôtel de Ville aujourd'hui. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Great to welcome you to City Hall. And it is great to welcome back Premier Ford to Ottawa for the third time in just a few weeks. We've had a lot of important announcements together, and every time he's here, he brings good news. So I'm very glad to to welcome the Premier back to Ottawa and to welcome the members of his caucus, his colleagues, Stéphane, Goldie, and Nolan. Welcome to you. Thank you for being here. Nous avons fait beaucoup d'annonces ici à l'Hôtel de Ville dans les semaines passées, et chaque fois que le Premier ministre est ici, il y a de bonnes nouvelles. And by the way, for those of you who are wondering, the Premier did not stay at my house last night, not this time. But Premier, I wanted to say how grateful I am for our very strong and productive working relationship. You've been very friendly and collaborative and constructive in all of our work together ever since we spoke the morning after I was elected Mayor of Ottawa. And I'm especially thankful for the fact that you understand Ottawa's unique challenges. And we are a wonderful city, an amazing city, but we are facing some significant obstacles around our downtown, around economic recovery and public transit and other issues, and you've been very understanding of that. Nous sommes une ville formidable, mais nous sommes confrontés à des obstacles considérables en ce qui concerne notre centre-ville et notre reprise économique, et vous avez été très réceptifs à cet égard. And a few weeks ago at our breakfast together, of course, you announced more than $500 million of funding to support the City of Ottawa. We're going to use that investment wisely and productively to support economic recovery in the downtown core, to hire more police officers in the Byward Market, to improve transportation, including rural roads and the new interchange in Barrhaven, support individuals who are experiencing homelessness, and fund the new response to emergency mental health calls, and much more. I think this is a great example of what happens when elected leaders do what they were elected to do, and that is work together to solve problems and build safer, more reliable, and more affordable communities. So, Premier, thank you to you and your team for all the hard work that went into that agreement and all of our work to date. Everywhere I go in the city, I hear very positive feedback about the deal that we struck. It's been a really strong response from the community. And today the Premier is here to make another announcement. So without further ado, please welcome, accueillons, Premier Doug Ford.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, first of all, good morning, everyone. And I always say this, I have a great time every time I'm here in Ottawa, and I appreciate the collaboration with the Mayor, and we have an all-star team. I'm here with MPP Goldie Gamari, Nolan Quinn, and Stéphane Serzan. And Mayor Sutcliffe, I'm back with some more great news for the city and the region. But first, let me thank the entire City Council and the staff for hosting us again today. And I always say this wouldn't happen without the great council and the great staff that you have at the city. When we were here back in March, we talked about City of Ottawa's unique needs. As our province's second largest city, as our nation's capital, and as an economic and service hub for all of Eastern Ontario, recognizing these distinct circumstances and wanting to see the city succeed and grow, we put our heads together and reached a landmark deal for the city. A new deal with up to $543 million in operating and capital funding to help the city continue building its economy and deliver on key priorities. As part of the new deal, our government is providing $181 million for roads, highways, and other transportation needs, including uploading Ottawa Road 174, building a new interchange at Highway 416 and Barnsdale Road, and advancing the Canada North Transitway. We're providing $20 million through Invest Ottawa, and I encourage always Invest Ottawa, work with Invest Ontario. What a great team you make to attract opportunities for investment here in Ottawa, to attract new investments to the region and help revitalize the city's downtown core. We're going to improve public safety by adding more uniformed police officers and a new police operations center in the Byward Market area. And we're going to continue working closely with the city to give them the tools they need to build more homes. Building on the historic New Deal, I'm thrilled to be back here today and to announce that our government is opening a new regional office in Ottawa to improve service delivery for people and businesses in the city and throughout the region. This office, which opens today, will provide Ottawa's municipal government with a central link to the Premier, Cabinet, and government. It will support greater engagement with both municipal and federal governments as we implement the New Deal, continue to build region's economy, and advance shared priorities. It will help ensure that Ottawa's needs, that Ontario's needs, are appropriately understood and addressed by the federal government. Most importantly, this is about providing people with better customer service, about ensuring that Ottawa's workers, families, and small business owners are better connected to government services. Friends, Ottawa is such an amazing city, such an important part of our province, and while it faces some distinct and unique challenges, we've got some great opportunities here. We're going to keep working together to continue building the city's economy, to attract new investments and jobs, to build the homes and infrastructure the growing region needs, and to support families and hardworking people. Once again, I want to thank the Mayor for your partnership and your friendship and support, and thank you for joining us today, and may God bless the people of Ontario. Thank you so much.
We will now go to reporters' questions. Reporters, please line up at the mic behind me.
Just before we do, I just wanted to give you a little gift to recognize.
Oh, good.
So given that you're opening a new office today,
Yes.
And you're putting out the welcome mat metaphorically for the residents of Ottawa to connect with you and your team, I thought I would give you a welcome mat
Oh, that is
for your new
beautiful.
office.
Thank
There you go.
That's great. That's great. Donuts the last visit, a welcome mat this one. That is fantastic. Thank you so much, man.
There you go.
There you go.
Thanks, Premier.
Fantastic.
Okay, we will now go to reporters' questions. Reporters, please line up at the microphone behind me. Please identify yourselves by name and outlet. It'll be one question, one follow-up. First question.
Hi, Charles Gagnon with Le Droit.
Hi, Charles.
My question is for both of you.
Yep.
And Mr. Sutcliffe, if you can answer in French, that would be good. This morning, our paper has a story saying that the federal government is going to require soon that civil servants go back 3 days a week at the office. Recently, you were in Ottawa, you said 5 days. What do you think of this announce coming up from the feds, and is 3 days enough? Or would you like to have 5 days in the office for the civil servants?
Well, thank you for the question. I think that's really positive news, and it's all about revitalizing the downtown core here in Ottawa and supporting the mayor on the transit system. If we don't have anyone riding the transit system, it'd be a real problem. And the poor, the business owners, the small business owners, the restaurants and shops, they need to have traffic down here. The federal government's the largest employer, so it's really, really good news that the staff is coming back to work there.
Alors, si c'est vrai, je pense que c'est encourageant. Si les employés du gouvernement fédéral sont au centre-ville plusieurs fois par semaine, je pense que c'est mieux pour les petites entreprises et pour les restaurants. Et nous devrons travailler ensemble avec le gouvernement fédéral pour assurer que le centre-ville fonctionne bien et que l'économie fonctionne et que le transport en commun, nous soutenons le transport en commun. Alors, si c'est vrai, c'est des bonnes nouvelles.
Est-ce que 5 jours, ce serait préférable au lieu de 3 jours? C'est quoi votre demande exactement au gouvernement fédéral? Avant la COVID, tout le monde était là 5 jours semaine.
Oui, alors ce n'est pas mon décision, c'est la décision du gouvernement fédéral et nous sommes prêts à travailler avec le gouvernement fédéral pour pour assurer que le centre-ville qu'il y a le soutien pour le centre-ville parce que c'est nécessaire. C'est une crise au centre-ville maintenant parce que les petites entreprises ont moins de clients et notre système de transport en commun a moins d'usagers. Alors, c'est une crise. Alors, ça, c'est mieux. Et nous devrons trouver des autres solutions avec nos partenaires fédéraux.
Campbell Clark from the Globe and Mail. Premier, you've recently been critical of the federal changes to the inclusion rate for the capital gains tax, and you warned that it would scare some physicians and doctors into packing up their practices. So the province will be getting billions of dollars more in capital gains taxes this year because of that. Do you intend to put that towards paying doctors more? Family?
Well, what I was saying is these doctors, they work their whole life, they have a practice, they want to sell their practice, they're going to get taxed to a tune of 66%. The same with any other clinics, be it an X-ray clinic or a dentist's office. That affects the people that take care of us. So that's my comments about the capital gains. I'm not in favor of it, but I just don't like hurting people and taxing people. Folks, you can't tax your way to prosperity. It never works, never has worked in our country, never works anywhere in the world. We have never raised a tax in almost 6 years since we've been in office. We've reduced taxes, not only on businesses and for people. We've seen revenues grow tremendously through growth, through 700,000 more people working today that they weren't working 6 years ago. And companies that were fleeing, over 300,000 jobs were lost under the previous government. Now, we have companies coming in from all over the world to invest because we've created the climate and the conditions for companies to come here and lay their roots down and thrive and prosper and grow. That's what we believe in. So we differ a little bit. But it is what it is. I just don't believe in it.
If you're concerned that there are financial disincentives for doctors to keep working and to work longer hours, you're the paymaster of the healthcare system, you're the paymaster of the doctors. So are you going to do something about that with your budgets and pay them more?
Well, what I was talking about is their practice. It's a business. You know, all the doctors in this province, it's an actual business. When you go in to your doctor's office, that is their business. They pay for their rent, they pay for their staff. It's a business. And anyone that runs a business, started a business, worked their back off within their business has the right to sell it without being penalized to the tune of 66%. And that even goes for the little mom and pops that save their money, right? And they buy a little rental unit to make a little extra money. And when the time comes they want to retire, they want to sell that rental unit. You're being punished. I don't believe in jacking the taxes up. Never have, never worked before, and won't work in the future either.
Good morning, Premier. Simon Hopkins with the Canadian Press.
Hi, Simon.
On the cell phone ban Minister Lecce announced yesterday, what sort of support and direction are you providing to teachers who have to enforce the ban?
Yeah, you know, I was out door knocking yesterday up in the by-election, and I ran into a couple of teachers, and I think the teachers are in favor of it. They don't want a little Johnny or little Jane sitting there on the cell phone while they're trying to teach class. And overwhelming, like it's staggering numbers, the numbers I've seen with parents supporting the ban because they want their kids to go to school and learn, not to be on social media and fiddling around with their cell phones during class. Outside of class, all the power to them. You can do whatever you want. But while you're in learning, you got to learn.
Are teachers going to be directed how to enforce the ban, and are they going to have liability protection in case a confiscated phone gets lost or damaged?
Well, again, the school itself is run by the principal. The principal and the teachers run the school, and they're obviously very responsible. They're going to be responsible, but the teachers want the kids to pay attention. It's as simple as that. It's not that complicated. Don't use the phones.
Leah Larocque from CTV Ottawa. I'm just wondering, just on today's announcement, you can just walk us through just a little bit more how exactly this office is going to work. If there's going to be reps from both municipal governments working in a physical office, where will it be based, and is this a replacement for having an Ottawa MPP in cabinet?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a replacement. I have incredible MPPs that represent the region, but this is the nation's capital. It's the second largest city in Ontario, and we're going to be there to advocate together to the federal government for more funding on a wide range of areas, making sure that we focus on customer service excellence. Just keep in mind how large Ottawa is. As much as I have an all-star team of MPPs here, Ottawa, I got to remind everyone, and it's shocking when I saw the map back there, Mayor, it's larger than Edmonton, Calgary, Toronto, Montreal. Am I missing one?
Vancouver.
And then you had to throw in Vancouver. So it's the geographical region is like 5 cities. Physically impossible for a few MPPs to cover it. But this, again, is all about giving better customer service, advocating to the federal government with the municipalities. And when the municipalities, all 444 municipalities, come to Ottawa, and a lot of organizations are coming to Ottawa, they have a place to come in and talk to us and see how we could support them. So I think this is long overdue, and I'm very happy to be here to support the mayor and the councillors here in Ottawa as well.
My second question is, there's a sit-in planned at the University of Ottawa today. What are your thoughts on these students' demands to universities to divest all funding and partnerships with Israel?
Yeah, you know something, this is the first time I heard about that sit-in in Ottawa. Do you know what I wish? Like, I wish everyone gets along. Like, we have 110 nationalities, we speak 200 languages in Ontario, and it's just frustrating. We're known around the world as being inclusive, everyone working and living together. That's my wish, and 99% of us all do that. Sure, there's conflicts around the world, they want to voice their opinion, and that's their democratic right. Do it peacefully. That's all I ask, and we'll go from there.
All right, Premier Forward David Baxter from Global News. I'm sure you heard over the weekend BC looking for Ottawa to modify their exemption to the criminal code on drug decriminalization, allowing police to arrest people for public use again. Toronto has its own application. Do you think Toronto should proceed, or what's your message to Toronto
Absolutely
with their
not.
application?
Drop that application. It's turned into a nightmare. It's turned into a nightmare. I've talked to the Premier out there. It's bad. Reinvest into rehabilitation. The last budget, I believe, was 396. It's 300 and something. To reinvest into treatment centers, into health, mental health, and addiction. That's what we should be doing, not legalizing hard drugs. Like, you got to be kidding me. Like, letting people do cocaine and crack and heroin. You got to be kidding me. I will fight this tooth and nail. This is the wrong way to go. It's proven. Even in the U.S., they're rolling it back. I think it's Oregon, isn't it? That was rolling it back as well. BC tried it. It's not working. You need to help these people. Give them treatment. Support them. That's what we need. Not say, here's some more drugs to take. Sometimes I wonder where people's brains are. I really do. It's unbelievable. But anyways, sorry.
No, all good. And Mayor Sutcliffe, I'm able to also just talk about the protest planned at Ottawa today.
I don't have a lot to say about that. There have been many peaceful protests in Ottawa concerning the situation in the Middle East and concerning other conflicts and issues around the world. We're proud of the fact that there are many peaceful demonstrations on a regular basis in our city. Like the Premier, my hope is always that these issues get resolved and that we can move on, but my focus is on making sure that the people of Ottawa are safe. I'm not involved in international politics. My focus is on protecting the people of Ottawa, and in particular protecting them from hate speech and from anti-Semitism and Islamophobia.
Joe Tunney, CBC Ottawa. Actually, I have a question for the mayor first, and then I'll have a question for the premier second. But can I just get you to repeat your reaction to Le Droit's reporting about civil servants in English? I don't think I actually heard it.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, if it's true, if federal public servants are going to be in the office 3 days a week instead of the current scenario, then I think that will be better for downtown Ottawa and better for public transit. It's not my decision. It's a matter between the federal government and its employees. But ultimately, no matter how many times a week employees are coming to the office, we need to work with the federal government on a plan for downtown Ottawa. Downtown Ottawa has been hit disproportionately compared to other Canadian cities by the effects of COVID, by the effects of hybrid work. And the federal government, in its recent budget, talked about moving out of 50% of its buildings in the downtown core and elsewhere in Ottawa. That will have a devastating impact on our economy. So we need to work with the federal government on a solution and many solutions to make sure that we have economic prosperity in the downtown core, that small businesses and restaurants and shop owners are protected, that our finances as a city are protected if we're hit with a dramatic impact in terms of property taxes because of changes to the real estate market. So we need to work with the federal government on a plan for that, for public transit, for everything, because we've been adversely impacted by COVID and by hybrid work, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Thank you. And then a question for the Premier, same topic. I understand you're saying 3 days, that's good. My follow-up is, do you think 3 days is enough? Do you think the federal government should have been pushing for more or should be pushing for more?
Well, 3 days is a good start. It's always nice to see everyone go to work 5 days a week. How many days a week do we work? 7 days? 24/7? You know, but in saying that, it's a good start. We just want to support the downtown Ottawa businesses and transit. That's what we need. We need more action. When you're coming here, go out for lunch, maybe go into a store, pick something up, go to the mall. That's what we need. That's what stirs the economy.
Hi, Premier. Davis Legree from iPolitics. Have a couple of questions about auto theft. Some people, including Brampton Mayor Patrick Brown, have criticized the federal government for lacking the courage needed to force places like the Port of Montreal to bring in industrial scanners needed to screen shipping containers. They allege that the port's been reluctant to do so. Do you agree with these criticisms, and if so, why?
Well, in their budget, they've increased their budget. I think it was $29 million. I got more numbers running through my head than you shake a stick at. I think it was $29 million to help the CBSA border officers put more officers on outgoing items opposed to checking everything that's coming in. That's important, but let's beef that up. Put more scanners at the Port of Montreal and really crack down on these criminals. But it's a multi-pronged approach. I also want to thank them for, they're going to be changing the criminal code as well, giving stiff sentences for people that are kicking these doors in, violent crimes, putting guns to people's heads and taking their vehicles. And we have to work all together, the municipalities where this is happening, along with the province and the federal government. So I appreciate any help they can give us.
You mentioned the new or proposed criminal code offenses, also the new money to the CBSA. Are you satisfied with the movement you've seen from the federal government on this issue? What else would you like to see done to help curb auto theft?
Well, I think that's an important start. Let's see where they go on these sentencing requirements that I believe should be tough and discourage these criminals from breaking into people's homes and stealing their cars and threatening them. So let's see where they go on that. Let's see how we make out on the Port of Montreal as well. And we need more scanning machines for containers leaving our country and going elsewhere with people's cars in it. But it's a good start. We could always use more.
Hi, Marlo Glass from the Ottawa Citizen. My question is for Mayor Sutcliffe. I just wanted to get your reaction on today's announcement and what you hope the new office will achieve.
As the Premier said, there are some great local representatives here in the community, some of whom are here today, who I've worked with closely on a number of different issues, including the lead up to the deal that was announced in March. I think it demonstrates the Premier's commitment to Ottawa. We've never had anything like this before where there's been an office of this kind in the nation's capital. It recognizes that Ottawa is the second largest city and second most significant economy in Ontario, and that we have unique challenges. So I think it's just another way that we can maintain regular contact. You know, I'm grateful for the number of times the Premier's visited in the last 4 or 5 weeks, but I know he can't be here every day. So having another point of contact where we can be working closely together on issues that pertain to Ottawa and also on issues that pertain to the requests that we both have of the federal government, I think is a very, very positive step forward.
Yeah, and do you know who's even happier than the mayor and myself is Mrs. Sutcliffe. I don't have to be sleeping in the basement every time I come over now. I could maybe get a little pull-out cot there, but they're a great family.
Premier Ford, is this the first time that the province has opened such an office in Ottawa? And if so, why now?
Well, yes, and what I understand, I think Alberta has one here and Quebec has one here, but it's just so important being the second largest city and the capital. That plays such an important role in making sure that we can advocate from here. And the amount of ministers that arrive here every single week is astounding. And, you know, a lot of organizations have their conventions here. If they ever want to drop into the office and advocate for their needs or their requirements, the office is here. I think, boy, this is long overdue, and it's just going to be great. And I won't have to sleep in the mayor's basement anymore, so it all works out. Everything is great.
Morning, Premier. Frédéric, Radio-Canada. So I think Mr. Sean Webster is going to be running or in charge of this operation, of this office here in Ottawa. Yep. We know Mr. Webster, he's worked for Canopy Growth in the past. Yep. He was also a candidate for your party. Yes. So maybe tell us why you chose him and like what's going to be his job.
Well, he has public and private sector experience. He's well known here in Ottawa, and he's going to be a touch point person. Along with, we have the OPS folks here as well. We need them to work with the government of Canada as well. So I think he's going to do an incredible job and focus customer service excellence, as all of our MPPs do on a daily basis, but also be able to advocate to the federal government, work with making sure Ottawa and the mayor are well taken care of. It'll be another touch point for the municipality of Ottawa.
I want to hear you a bit more about that, Premier. So Alberta Premier announced a similar office opening recently, and it's really to talk with the federal government. So how are you going to be able to do that, but also take care of Ottawa's needs?
Well, you know, you can wear more than one hat. Man, just as Premier myself, I take care of little Miss Jones that calls me up on my cell phone for a cracked sidewalk, literally, or a splash pad in their park, which literally happens numerous times a day, and I just forward it on, or federal issues or provincial. I don't believe in wearing one hat. You got to be able to multitask. It's no different than your business that you run or in the office here at City Hall. Mayor, I'm sure you have people doing a couple different things. It's not about you do this, you can't do anything else. And Sean's quite a talented individual. And I think he'd get bored if he only had to do one thing. We'll have him running around like a chicken with his head cut off. We'll keep him so busy.
This will be the last reporter.
Good morning, Maria Gauthier from TVA Gatineau, Ottawa. I have a question for Mayor Sutcliffe in French.
Yes.
Donc, selon vous, comment ces annonces qui ont été annoncées ce matin vont aider à revitaliser le centre-ville et soutenir la ville d'Ottawa?
Quelle annonce? Notre annonce aujourd'hui? Oui, alors nous sommes ravis de travailler ensemble avec le gouvernement provincial pour revitaliser le centre-ville. C'est très important. C'est une crise à ce moment parce qu'il y a moins de personnes et moins d'usagers pour le transport en commun, moins de clients pour les petites entreprises et les restaurants au centre-ville. Alors, c'est important de travailler ensemble pour trouver des solutions et aussi avec nos partenaires fédéraux. Alors, j'espère que, et je suis sûr que nous travaillerons ensemble avec l'équipe du Premier ministre Ford et avec le gouvernement fédéral pour trouver des solutions pour le centre-ville.
Merci.
I'm going to do something that we have. Oh, you still more questions? No, because I just would love our MPPs just to come up here, say hello for a minute, and tell them what's going on in their riding. They work their backs off day in and day out, and a lot of times they don't have the opportunity to say what's going on in their riding and some of the goals that they want to meet, and how having an office here is going to benefit everyone here. But my champion, Goldie Gamari, you're up first. Say hello. Yeah, just say what's going on in your riding.
Great.
You got that big announcement.
Wow. Well, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I wasn't expecting this. I'm a little shy, so please go easy on me. There's actually a lot going on in my riding of Carleton. We've made several historic announcements in the past 6 years, and it's thanks to our Premier and this government for really focusing on rural Ottawa. And I know the Premier was speaking about how Ottawa is larger than 5 cities combined. My riding of Carleton alone is geographically larger than the city of Toronto. So I hope that puts into perspective how desperately needed this Ottawa area office is, because it will really give us as well an opportunity to have a base where we can work with, and we don't have to drive that far, let's say, to have a touch point. So I'm really thrilled about this. And just in Carleton alone, we've invested over $200 million in the last 5 years to build new schools. And I don't know if you've heard, but I do have an announcement with Minister Lecce on Thursday, where we are going to be making more announcements on that. And that's just in my riding of Carleton alone. It's just one small example. So with this office, I'm very excited to see how we are going to improve, not just for Carleton, not just for, my riding, but all of the areas of Ottawa. And that's why this office is so desperately needed. And I want to thank the Premier and the Premier's team for, listening to us and making our voices heard and and bringing this office here. And thank you to the Mayor as well. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Goldie. Next is Nolan Quinn. I love Nolan. He's a business person before he got involved in politics. And he has a business that's very close to my heart. It's called Dairy Queen. And I can't wait until I come and pay you a visit. Let me just take control of the ice cream, and I'll pay for everything. Don't worry, because I don't want you to lose money once I get underneath that ice cream machine. Nolan, and your big announcement, too.
Thank you, Premier. So, yes, I do own a Dairy Queen as well, so that's something that people usually always like to start a conversation with. So you can make your ice cream whenever you come on down. We'd love that.
Stefan and I go there. You're done, buddy.
So we've been working on long-term care homes and affordable housing in my riding. That's significant. We need a lot more long-term care homes coming out of 15 years of the Liberals. We just didn't build enough homes across Ontario, so that's been significant for the aging population throughout Stormont, Dundas, and South Glengarry. And I believe the large project that the Premier is speaking about is the Great Wolf Lodge that we've been working on for the City of Cornwall, and we're hoping to have a final announcement on that one. And it's, again, with the leadership of the Premier that we've been able to continue moving that ball forward. So we're hoping to have an exciting announcement in the coming months to ensure that the Great Wolf Lodge comes to the City of Cornwall with 600,000 visits a year. That's going to be in the whole region. So not just Cornwall, but the City of Ottawa is going to have a lot of trickle-down effect with that Great Wolf Lodge and new visitors to the province coming to the Great Wolf Lodge. Aside from that, our hospital, we're working on some beds there as well. Again, as I mentioned, we do have an aging population in Stormont, Dundas, South Glengarry. So, working on the demographics of long-term care homes, retirement homes as well is pretty important. Thank you. Thank you, Premier.
Great. My champ, Stefan, come on up here. And do you want to say it in French?
Yeah,
let's say it in French.
Francophone media, absolutely. Thank you, Premier Ford. C'est un plaisir pour moi d'être ici aujourd'hui en tant que le député de Glengarry-Prescott-Russell, puis avec mes nouvelles fonctions en tant qu'adjoint parlementaire de la ministre associée au développement économique pour les petites entreprises et aussi ministre des Affaires francophones. Donc, c'est vraiment intéressant pour moi de pouvoir parler avec les médias francophones aujourd'hui. Puis je pense que cette nouvelle aujourd'hui d'avoir un bureau ici à Ottawa, pouvoir représenter tous les gens de la région, les entrepreneurs. C'est vraiment une bonne nouvelle parce que souvent, on a des entrepreneurs d'Ottawa qui ont la même vision de notre gouvernement, qui veut bâtir des maisons, qui veut justement avoir du développement économique dans la région, qui viennent à nous, qui sommes en dehors d'Ottawa. Donc, nous aurons les ressources nécessaires pour vraiment les aider à les entrepreneurs. Puis, je pense qu'il y a beaucoup d'entrepreneurs qui voient notre gouvernement comme un allié sérieux parce que nous sommes là pour le développement économique. Notre mission, une de nos missions premières, c'est de créer les meilleurs environnements possibles pour les entreprises qui aient du succès ici en Ontario. Et c'est quelque chose que nous continuerons à faire pendant notre mandat. Merci.
Well, again, Mayor, thank you so much for hosting us. I have the best time ever when I'm here. I love my team. I love the people of Ottawa, and I love this guy. This guy's a champ. Thank you.
Thanks very
Thank
much.
you so much.